J.K. Simmons and Titus Welliver just teamed up for the first time ever. On paper, that's a can't-miss moment in television. So why does the Westies feel like you've seen it 100 times before? Welcome back to Movizo, where every ending hides a beginning. Today we're breaking down MGM Plus's new mob drama, The Westies, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Let's start with what actually works here, because a lot does. This cast is stacked. J.K. Simmons plays Eamon Sweeney, a fictionalized version of real-life Westies leader Mickey Spillane. He's respected, feared, and ruthless enough to hold his crew together in 1980's Hell's Kitchen. Titus Welliver plays Glenn Keenan, a dirty NYPD cop and Sweeney's childhood friend. And here's the fun part. This role is nothing like his signature character, Harry Bosch. Welliver goes darker, more broken, more morally compromised than we're used to seeing from him. Then there's the breakout. Hamish Allan-Headley plays John Gotti, and critics are calling it the best on-screen Gotti since Armand Assante in 1996. He brings a magnetic, commanding energy every time he's on screen. The world building deserves credit too. Production designer Rocco Matteo builds a version of 1980s Manhattan that feels lived in grimy streets, cramped apartments, run-down bars. Pair that with a soundtrack pulling from Dropkick Murphys and vintage punk rock, and the atmosphere is doing serious heavy lifting. Honestly, if you just want something gritty and stylish to play in the background while you cook dinner, The Westies delivers that in spades. But here's where the cracks show. The characters, or more accurately, the lack of them. Jimmy Rourke, played by Tom Brittney, is set up as the show's hero. He's smart, he's principled, he's a natural leader. But there's no real explanation for why he's better than everyone around him. He just is, because that's what the story needs him to be. His girlfriend Bridget, played by Sarah Bolger, gets a genuinely interesting subplot involving a secret IRA past. It's actually one of the more original ideas in the whole show. The problem? It barely connects to anything else happening around it. Then there's Mickey Flanagan, Jimmy's hot-headed best friend. He's unpredictable exactly when the plot needs a wrench thrown into it and stable the rest of the time. That's not a character trait. That's a writing convenience. And even Gotti, as good as the performance is, the character himself follows a script we've all seen before. Powerful guy pretends to be offended, lets the tension sit, then bursts out laughing. It's mob movie shorthand, not something new. The bigger issue is that the two crews, the Westies and the Gambinos, start to blur together. Same tone, same energy, same dynamic. It becomes hard to tell individual soldiers apart because most of them exist only to serve the boss's story, not their own. The season kicks off with a fragile truce between Sweeney's Irish outfit and Paul Castellano's Gambino family. It's not built on trust, it's built on money, specifically construction contracts tied to the Javits Center. That truce is really the engine of the whole show. Every major conflict traces back to soldiers on both sides who don't respect the peace their bosses fought to create. The most compelling relationship isn't Jimmy and Gotti, it's Sweeney and Keenan. Childhood friends now standing on opposite sides of the law, both driven by ego, both willing to bend the truth to win. Simmons and Welliver working opposite each other is genuinely the show's strongest dynamic, and it's the first time these two actors have ever shared the screen. Here's the bottom line. The Westies is well made. It's well cast. It's technically competent in almost every department. But competent isn't the same as compelling. This show plays it so safe, so committed to familiar mob genre beats, that it never quite earns the emotional investment it's clearly going for. The best gangster stories, your Scorseses, your Coppolas, give you big ideas alongside the violence. This one mostly just gives you the violence, dressed up in a great cast and a solid soundtrack. It's not a bad show. It's just a show you've basically already seen. So we want to know, are you still giving the Westies a shot for the performances alone? Or does a familiar mob story need more than a great cast to keep you watching? Drop your take in the comments. That's our full breakdown of the Westies on MGM+. Remember, at Movizo, every ending hides a beginning. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe so you never miss our next one. We'll see you in the next video.